The joy of reading fiction comes from characters and settings that feel real. For nonfiction, joy comes from the fact that everything you read is real. It can feel exciting knowing that an unbelievable and powerful story really happened. So as writers, we're attracted to nonfiction so that we can share something that really happened. But writing nonfiction comes with responsibilities. A responsibility to the truth, a responsibility to fairness, but still a responsibility to narrative cohesion. You're not just writing the facts. You're writing the facts using narrative connections, the same way a novelist would write fiction. It may appear easier than fiction because it's not made up, but often it's actually more difficult. Let me share 4 tips for writing nonfiction. 1, understand what are the stakes of the truth. You can easily take a real-life event and fictionalize it. Then you would have less responsibility. The truth requires responsibility, however. To write the truth versus fiction, you need to discern why that truth matters. What are the stakes of the truth? To answer this, consider your readers and how they would connect to the truth and the reality of your subject. Why does a reader need to know the facts? What is the impact of a truthful story on your reader? Will they connect to your story of breast cancer survival because of their own struggle? Will they connect to a facet of history as a way of seeing the present? 2, write with how in mind. Narratives exist through cohesion and causality. Actions lead to results, and reactions lead to new results. In nonfiction, it can feel challenging because it feels like life just happens. Part of writing nonfiction is connecting the dots of how something happened. Often a nonfiction idea comes from you asking, how did we get here? Or how did I get here? It can be, how did the founding fathers declare independence? Or how did the Harlem Hellfighters capture Seychelles? A good strategy for writing: work backwards and connect the dots. This decision happened because of this action, which was caused by this, and this was caused by that. So much of the story in nonfiction is working backwards and asking how. Even an informative book or textbook is written with how in mind, as in, how do 2 chemicals react with each other? 3, you must become an expert in the subject you write about. I use this quote from investigative reporter Willoughby Mariano. To write the truth of something, you must become an expert in the truth of a subject. Ask yourself, could I teach a college-level class about what I'm writing about? A nonfiction book or story will need to withstand scrutiny. If you say this chemical reacts to that chemical in this way, it had better be right. Otherwise, someone following what you write might have an explosion or accidentally make mustard gas. Becoming an expert doesn't happen overnight. You need to conduct thorough research, speak with experts, and verify anything you write with multiple citations and resources, preferably peer-reviewed citations and resources. Never trust a nonfiction book, professing facts without relevant citations. Even with a memoir, which doesn't require citations, you need to write with some investigation in your memories because you may not remember what you think you remember. And last, write with fairness. Fairness is not the same thing as bias. Everyone has biases, and you will write with that bias. You can still write with fairness, however. Write with an idea that you want to understand the factors that led to decisions. It's easy to scrutinize decisions. Remember that hindsight is 20/20, and most of us make decisions in the fog of the present. It's more fair to try to explain and understand the decision-making behind actions. Even when someone's decisions are wrong or harmful, in hindsight, it's fair to request their comment or to quote them in appropriate context. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and like us on Facebook.